This was a moment of escalation, following a series of anti-Semitic attacks, with Jewish places of worship the target of organised arson plots across this corner of North London. The motivations of these anti-Semitic attacks appear to vary. Some suspected of being orchestrated by the proxies of foreign states, and others still under investigation. But a focus on security has now moved to expression. Today, the Prime Minister convened a summit where he made the strongest demands on the culture sector and universities.
We will now expect them to publish the scale of the problem on their campuses, as well as the specific steps they have taken to clamp down on it. There will be zero tolerance for inaction. In our cultural venues and spaces, we will also expect more. Where public funding is being used to promote or platform anti-Semitism, the Arts Council must act, using its powers to suspend, withdraw and claw back funding.
This follows concern over these marches, where there has been a forensic focus on the line between expressions of anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. In the run-up to local elections, those protesting Israeli strikes have been blamed for fomenting animosity towards British Jews. But those marching ask why they and university students are being blamed for attacks currently unconnected to protesters. Why are those attacks being conflated with university students?
I think there's a real problem in society, and universities have a particular responsibility to act. I think a lot of students who feel very strongly about what's happening in Gaza particularly, they think that it's intolerable and that it must stop, and they want to express those views. The issue is, of course, that sometimes those expressions of those views step over lines into things that are unequivocally anti-Semitic.
On university campuses, should anti-Zionism be seen as a form of anti-Semitism?
The courts have decided that that anti-Zionism is a protected belief, and universities there have to navigate where the line is drawn. It's really, really hard.
If it's complicated, have universities been set up to fail?
I don't think you can regulate or fine universities into fixing anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a huge and growing societal phenomenon. I think it needs universities to step up and play their part.
Last week in Golders Green, the Prime Minister was condemned for failing to keep Jews safe. But today his focus on universities and the arts was welcomed by some Jewish campaigners and criticised by others. Noga is a student artist born in Israel who defines as anti-Zionist. So Keir Starmer wants to root out anti-Semitism out of public life, focusing on our universities and also from public arts. Surely that is a good thing.
I think we have to contextualise the policy that Starmer has declared today. It's coming in the context of constant criminalisation of peaceful protest. So when Keir Starmer says that he's looking to root anti-Semitism out of public life and he's looking to clamp down on cultural expression, I don't believe that this is about anti-Semitism for him. I think he's very clearly using anti-Semitism as a political football. The rise of anti-Semitism is constantly being weaponized, not for us, but against other communities that we should be able to stand in solidarity together with.
And today came another reminder of the challenge. The former East London synagogue has been targeted in a suspected arson attack. The building is currently the subject of plans to convert into a mosque, but has cultural significance for Britain's Jewish presence that feels increasingly insecure.